Linda worked for 40 years. She saved. She was responsible. And at 63, she's terrified. Because she still owes $180,000 on her mortgage. Now here's the part that should scare you. Linda isn't the exception anymore. She's becoming the rule. If you're within 10 years of retirement, there's a 41% chance you're in the same boat. I'm going to show you why this happened, who benefits from your struggle, and 3 moves you can make starting today. But first, I need to say this. I'm not financial advisor. This is education, not advice. Talk to a professional before making any decisions. Let's look at the data. Between 1989 and 2022, something changed. The percentage of homeowners aged 65 and older with a mortgage jumped from 24% to 41%. That's nearly double. For those over 80, it went from THREE% to 31%. But here's what makes it worse. The median mortgage debt increased by over 400%, from $21,000 to $110,000. That's adjusted for inflation. So what happened? 3 things destroyed retirement security. First, cash-out refinances in the 2000s. Banks convinced millions to treat their homes like ATMs. Second, longer loan terms. 30-year mortgages became the standard. Third, people bought homes later in life. And here's what they won't tell you on CNBC. This wasn't an accident. When banks convinced you to refinance, they weren't thinking about your retirement. They were thinking about their quarterly bonuses. Wall Street got bailouts. You got 30-year resets. But here's the thing most people miss. It's not just about the debt. It's about what that debt does to your retirement. Let's do the math they hope you won't do. Average Social Security in 2026? $2,016 a month. Linda's mortgage payment? $1,200. That's 60% of her guaranteed income. Gone. Before groceries. Before healthcare. Before living. Now, add this. If you're pulling from your portfolio to cover that mortgage, you're exposed to sequence of returns risk. Translation? If the market tanks early in retirement, you're pulling more shares to cover the same payment. You're locking in losses. Your portfolio never recovers. Now here's the kicker that changes everything. Financial advisors have an incentive problem. Most get paid on assets under management. They make more money when you keep cash invested, not when you pay off your mortgage. Here's what makes me angry. In 2021, Linda had $50,000 saved. Her advisor, who charges 1% on assets, told her to invest it. The market returns 10%, he said. Your mortgage is only 4%. Seems logical, right? Guess what happened? The S&P dropped 18% in 2022. That $50,000 became $41,000. Meanwhile, her mortgage balance barely moved. Who won? The advisor still collected his fees. Who lost? Linda. And here's the bigger picture. The 1% retire with paid-off homes. The middle class retires with DEBT. That's not an accident. That's the system working exactly as designed. But here's where it gets interesting. You're not stuck. There are 3 strategies most people don't know about. Strategy number 1, the Debt Avalanche Retirement Edition. Here's how it works. Every extra dollar you can squeeze out of your budget goes straight to mortgage principal, not the minimum payment. Principal. Let me show you the math. If you have a $180,000 mortgage at 4% with 15 years left, your payment is about $1,300 a month. If you add just $200 extra per month, you'll pay it off 4 years early and save over $40,000 in interest. Now, before you tune out thinking, I can't afford extra payments, Here's what nobody tells you. You don't need a raise. You need a priority shift. Cut one subscription. Cancel one thing you don't use. That's your weapon. Strategy number 2, the pension lump sum decision. If you have a pension, you might have a choice. Monthly payments or a one-time lump sum. Most advisors push you toward the lump sum. Why? So they can manage it and charge fees. But here's the question they don't ask. What if you took that lump sum and eliminated your mortgage entirely? Suddenly, your Social Security covers your basic expenses. Your investment portfolio becomes a luxury fund, not a survival fund. You've just bought yourself peace. Now, this doesn't work for everyone. If your pension has cost of living adjustments, the monthly payment might be better. Run the numbers. But don't let an advisor talk you out of it just because it shrinks THIR paycheck. And here's the controversial one. The one that'll make some advisors angry. Strategy number 3, the reverse mortgage reality check. Yes, reverse mortgages get a bad rap, and for good reason. Many are predatory. But here's the truth. If you're house rich and cash poor, a reverse mortgage can eliminate your monthly payment. You stay in your home. No monthly mortgage bill. The loan gets repaid when you sell or pass away. The key is this. Only consider a federally insured HECM. That's a home equity conversion mortgage. Avoid private reverse mortgages. And never, ever let someone sell you one to buy an annuity or investment product. That's where the scams live. All right, remember Linda? Here's what she actually did. She ignored her advisors' advice to stay invested, and she started attacking the mortgage. $300 extra per month. She also took a part-time consulting gig, 10 hours a week. 18 months later, she's paid down $35,000. Her monthly payment dropped because she refinanced to a shorter term. But more importantly, she told me this. I sleep through the night now. But here's what surprised her most. Her investment portfolio grew during that same period. Why? Because she stopped panic selling during downturns. She had less anxiety, less emotion, better decisions. That's the part they don't teach you. Retirement isn't just math. It's peace of mind, and debt is the enemy of peace. Look, every month you carry that mortgage into retirement costs you compound interest. Interest you'll never get back. This isn't about panic. It's about math and control. The banks had their bailout. This is yours. Run your numbers this week. I've linked a free mortgage payoff calculator in the description. Plug in your balance, your rate, and see what an extra $100 or $200 a month does. You'll be shocked. And remember, Wall Street needs you in debt. You don't need to cooperate. If this helped, the algorithm needs to see you hit that like button. It's how we beat the system and reach more people like us. Next week, I'm tackling an even bigger question. Should you sell your house entirely to fund retirement? Subscribe so you don't miss it. This is Tom. Stay skeptical.